everyone, and welcome to what I've now just done research on, is issue 8 of POPcultcha Review. Hashtag retry. Gonna do something different this time around. Instead of 5 minutes a piece of comics, games and movies, not a lot's been happening in gaming.
Yeah.
Nothing newsworthy.
We're just gonna drop games.
So we're just gonna drop it and add extra 2 minutes onto each of comics and movies.
Yeah.
Because there's always news for those two, but games seems to be very slow moving this year.
Yeah.
Which I'm a bit disappointed at, but...
Come September.
Yeah, well, leading into Christmas, it'll start to pick up a bit. So.
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's kick things off. 7 minutes of comics starts now. Right, what have you read, Sean?
I read Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man number 3.
Yeah, you did.
It was good. It's still good. It's not heavy. It's not dramatic. It's not, oh my god, Spider-Man's gonna die. It's just fun Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it's great because Spider-Man right now is in like 616 is embroiled in the Civil War. Well, both Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Not the Civil War, the Hydra takeover.
Secret Empire.
Secret Empire, that's the one.
Yeah.
They're in the middle of that at the moment, and then there's another one where...
that's Miles is embroiled into that. I haven't seen
Miles is a big part of it.
From my knowledge, Pete's still dead or wherever the hell he ended up. I don't know where he is, but he's not in it. So.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this is just a light-hearted sort of, hey, let's have fun with Spider-Man. And he's teamed up with Human Torch and his sister, quote-unquote, who... She's got a suit now as well, thanks to the Tinkerer's brother. Okay. They put her in a not like a Iron Man suit or anything like that. It's just,
yeah. I have this, but I haven't read it yet.
Yeah.
So but I've been looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All the Spidey stories that I've been getting so far have been absolute gold. And I've been loving Kubert's art, Adam Kubert's art.
The art is great.
Yeah, he's always got a certain touch that just looks gorgeous.
Yeah. No, it is really. They're doing really well with this series. I'm just sad it's only out like once a month or once every 3 weeks or something.
Yeah, no, because I want the next one. But it gives you something to look forward to in this other dismal existence that we have.
Yeah. What'd you read?
I have read 2 out of the heap that I got. Edge of the Venomverse issue 5.
Oh yeah.
Venom Paul is back, ladies and gentlemen. Venom Paul.
My boy.
And he looks different to what he did in the first Venom Paul run, but you can completely look past that because everything is still there, like the attitude, the charisma, like everything's still there.
Yeah.
There is no warning on the front of this comic. It just says rated 7 and up. I don't believe that should be the case.
No.
When you have
graphic?
Yes. When you have a decapitated head with tapeworms crawling out of it and he decides to curb stomp it into bolognese, it's not really like an 8-year-old should be reading.
Family-friendly content, right? I don't know what you're talking about.
But that's a small sort of little thing. But
play school ones.
Anyone with half a brain in your head knows that you know Deadpool is gonna be violent.
You pick up a Deadpool comic, you don't give it to your 3-year-old.
No. Well, you shouldn't be giving comics to 3-year-olds anyway. They're not going to know what they're doing.
No.
that's how we lose mediums. And story-wise, was it written by what was his name? Chapman. Is it Chris Chapman or something? I minimised it. Clay Chapman.
Hey. Clay
Chapman and James Stokes on the art. The art can be a little bit chaotic at times, just because it's very heavy on lines.
Oh, okay.
And there's just a lot going on. Like when you got worms and the symbiote and all that sort of stuff, it can just get a bit clustery.
Yeah, Venom has been. There's always a lot going on with the Venom panel. Usually, but this is because it is 2 beings on the one thing.
Yeah, like I said, there's very heavy lines and that in it, so you can get a little bit confused. Well, for me anyway, but I'm half blind. But story holds true, and you just at the end. This is issue 5 of Edge of the Venomverse, so it stops now.
Oh,
the next issue is the Venomverse.
Oh,
it
right.
Starts.
Okay, so this has just been build up to the actual boom. Everyone's a Venom.
That's why this is like, okay, for those of you who don't want to know and want to read all of these yourselves, please go out. I'll give you 2 seconds. 1, 2. Spoilers. Cap has appeared in 4 out of the 5. In the end, to transport or has already teleported people to a different area.
Okay.
And he's gone, there's a war coming and we need you. So he's done it to Logan, he's done it to Venom Paul.
So he's giving them the symbiotes?
No, the symbiotes, they're getting the symbiotes of their own volition. Like, in this, the tapeworm creature is taking over Deadpool, and it's like as it's like infesting him and everything, he's like looked behind him and he sees the glass jar because he's in a lab of this black symbiote, and they recognise each other. He's just going, and he looks at it and he goes, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." And the symbiote forms into a heart shape with the teeth and he just punches the glass, it wraps around his hand, and then he just causes chaos.
Fantastic.
So that's Venompool, but Logan got it on his own, X-23 got it on her own, Gwenpool done the same thing. So they've all gotten the symbiote in different ways on their own.
That's a good roster. You got 2 Wolverines, 2 Deadpools, all with symbiotes. Ghost Rider with a symbiote.
Yeah,
Jesus, there's a cosmic level.
This is just the lead-in, and it's like, and I've seen the spread. All of them. It, and you've got Doc Strange with it. You've got like it's insanity is what it's building to. So yeah, Cap's been pulling all these people together. So and Cap looks pretty darn sick too. Especially like
Cap's venomized.
Cap's venomized, and he's got a black shield and all that. Like he looks pretty dope.
Yes.
So all right, moving on. I've got a minute and a half to talk about this one, but that'll be relatively quickly. This is a new one for me. I've always liked the character of John Constantine in Justice League Dark, and lately just the Trinity that he's been in. So I thought, why not? I'm going to go out. They've started a quick, small little story arc of John Constantine in Hellblazer, called the Inspiration Game, and it is essentially The Hangover. He's woken up from a huge bender, essentially thrown up in his bed and doesn't care. Like he lives in squalor, as John Constantine does. Yeah. And he, how can I put it? The vent's making a racket. He opens it up. He gets covered in blood, and then it cuts to him being interrogated in a police station. And then he's sort of reliving moments in his own mind, but then there's blackness. Like he can't remember shit. Yeah. But then he's like done this spell and all that sort of stuff to re-remember, and it is like a murder mystery with John Constantine, Hellblazer, and I'm like, I'm sold. Yeah. It's going to be the Dark Demons and Felix Faust maybe the big baddie, who knows? But it's it's going to lead to something like that. But the entertainment of the alcoholic derelict John Constantine. Oh, he's never not fun. Retracing his own steps to track down what it is that he's done and what's happened is absolutely brilliant. And it's written by Tim Seeley and art by forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong because it's written weird. It's spelt Jesus, but it's got the apostrophe above the U.
Jesus.
So it is Jesus.
Jesus.
So it's Jesus Marino. So is the artist for it, and the art is spectacular. Yeah, it is spectacular. Everything's clean, everything's crisp. Like it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So, all right, that is time. So we will move on now to movies, starting now.
Okay. Quick note: Studio Ghibli Film Festival is underway, at least in Adelaide. They're playing. It looks like one session of each: the English dub and the Japanese sub. Of each Miyazaki film.
Just a quick ask, which would you prefer?
Japanese dubbed.
You'd prefer subbed, or you prefer to hear it in Japanese?
Oh, sorry, Japanese subbed. Yeah, sorry, I prefer subbed because the lip sync is always off.
Oh, yeah.
When it's English subbed, and it bothers me.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That and the voice actors are usually more accurate.
A quick call to that in Naruto, the original Naruto series. He never in the manga and in the Japanese series, he never uttered the words "believe it."
That's an English name
because of the lip sync.
Yeah, that is something that bothers me all the time.
You don't know what they're adding in until you watch the
English voice actors are always sound too young.
Yeah,
and yes, that character might be young in the film or the series or whatever, but they never come across as that.
Yeah.
Moving on. But yeah, so that's out. Give it a look if you're a fan of the films. It is, if you're not, it's like the Japanese version of Disney films.
Yeah, I'm considering it.
Sarah and I watched Ponyo the other night, and it was so freaking adorable.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I have not seen a single one of them.
Yeah, Ponyo's good.
I'm going to put my feet into that pool.
Your niece and nephew would probably love them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Gotham by Gaslight got a quick sneak peek trailer. It's like 8 minutes of behind the scenes chatter and just scenes from it. An interesting note, they've given, like, they haven't blacked out or whited out his eyes.
No, they've done that deliberately, but it holds true to the comics. It is like that. He has a loose fitting bat suit. Like,
Yeah.
it is very 17th century, 18th century.
Gaslight 17s, I think.
So,
Yeah.
It's Jack the Ripper. So it's Batman hunting Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a very loose-fitting suit, so you see his eyes and all that sort of stuff. There's parts of it I don't like how they adding in the villains from our time and stuff into it. Like, they've just changed other characters from the Sherlock Holmesian style. They've changed their names to be other villains, so this is Selena, and it's like...
She's like a PI or something.
Yeah, and you're just going, well, there's really no tie to her being Catwoman or anything in it. Like, why have the name?
It's just a nod.
Change the name.
It's just a little nod. I don't mind it personally.
I know, but the whole 8-minute thing wasn't too bad. I mean, we got to see Bruce Timm's ego again, which is always sometimes infuriating.
You're going off him a little bit, aren't you?
I have gone off him a bit because it's... his attitude to his work has always been, I've fallen into it. Like, his attitude to work is, I stepped in dog shit, and I'm just living with it now.
Yeah.
But with a lot of the choices he's been making lately, I've not been enjoying.
Yeah.
Justice League Dark was beautiful. That was pitch perfect. It was absolutely fantastic.
That was nice.
That was brilliant. And then he goes and drops a bombshell like Batman Harley.
Yeah.
And then you go, why the living hell did you do this?
Yeah.
And now with Gotham by Gaslight coming out, like, I'm gonna see it, but I'm not
sold.
I'm not sold just yet.
Yeah.
So, but time will tell. It could be another Justice League Dark, and I could fall in love with it. So, time will tell.
Death Note came out. The Death Note Netflix. It's a movie. I thought it was a TV series, but apparently it's a 100-minute movie.
So did I. I thought it was just a TV series too. I thought it would have worked better as a TV series.
Yeah. Your wife's seen it. A few people at work have seen it. From what I've heard, it is a mockery of what the anime and manga was.
It is following closely to the reviews that came out a week or so ago, saying
from America
and Japan, and where it came out, I've just gone like, the first feedback is not good.
Yeah.
That was all you're hearing. But you always got to keep an open mind when you read reviews and stuff. You can read it, but go and watch it yourself and make up your own mind, because reviews are that person.
Yeah, a reviewer doesn't know how you like your movie.
Exactly. So, and I was waiting. I was waiting to watch it. I'm like, I'll wait for my wife to get back, and then we can sit down and watch it together. And then she just messaged me out of the blue, just going, I've watched it. And she is like, we went out and bought the box set and everything. She was adamant. We walked into a shop and we saw it, and we were adamant. She was adamant, so we're not leaving the shop without buying it.
Yeah.
Because she loves the Death Note series, absolutely loves it.
It's very good.
And for her to write a message to me out of the blue, going like, "Oh, I've watched the Death Note movie. It's not good at all." That's all she wrote. It's not good at all.
That's going to be heartbreaking for her.
Yeah, and I've just gone, oh no, and that's coming from a true fan of the Death Note series. She had the Death Note book. It's still somewhere in my house. Yeah, as fans do. Anyway, you got what else you got on your list there?
We forgot to announce last week that they or not announce, but call on the fact that they're doing an ObiWan Kenobi movie.
That's true. Yeah, we did miss that, didn't we?
Yes.
Still not tied. I don't think Ewan McGregor's been called or cast or anything.
I don't think he will.
No one's. No.
He'd love to, but I don't think that'll happen for it.
Because I don't see that.
If it's an Origins, like I think it might be, or not an Origins, but I reckon it's going to bridge the gap between episode 3 and episode 4.
Yeah.
I reckon that's what it's going to do.
I reckon that's what they should do. They should do anyway. I mean, like, we've had enough.
Yeah. Because we've got to figure out what aged Ewan McGregor so terribly within 30 years so that he looked like Alec Guinness. Like, what the hell happened to him?
The desert does that to you, Sean. It does sap moisture from your skin.
Or they go with the fan theory that it's...
That, though, like you just said, hang on, and I agreed with you, going like having a fill-in would be quite nice, but I'm going, with my limited writing skills, at the end of episode 3, he's like, I will go to Tatooine and watch over the boy, and then you see him on Tatooine, like in the distance or whatever it is. So he's on the desert planet. And then in episode 4, you run into him again on the desert planet. So you're just going to get a 2-hour movie of a hermit living in a mud hut somewhere, just trying to survive the occasional sandstorm and sand people.
Yeah. Also, they are going to be doing a Suicide Squad 2, and they're gonna with Gotham City Sirens, and Jared Leto is confirmed to play the Joker in both of those. So, yay, we get more Jared Leto Joker, I say with air quotes.
No, we get a good Penguin. He's a blend of all villains.
Yeah.
It's what he is. He's not exactly the Joker unto itself. He's the blend of everyone else. I feel the acting choices he brought to the screen, I was not a fan of. But that also can stem from shitty writing, shitty directing, and all the rest of it. Like El Diablo was the best part of Suicide Squad for me. El Diablo was better.
The credits were pretty good too. To show you that the movie has ended. Yeah, no, that was really good.
I'm Batman punching Harley in the face underwater. That was fun to see. Like not for a violence against women sort of thing.
No, just seeing the Batman doing stuff.
I was more of a fan of the strength. It's just going like, have you ever tried to move your hand fast underwater?
Yeah.
And you still got enough power to knock someone out?
Yeah. In his 50s, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You brought it up to me as well. How much time we got?
None. The 7 minutes is gone, my friend.
Alright. Because I was going to bring up James Cameron.
No. Yeah, we can do that quickly. Why not?
So James Cameron has come out, and I've got it here. All the this is referencing Wonder Woman. All of the self-congratulatory backpatting Hollywood's been doing over Wonder Woman has been so misguided. She's an objectified icon, and it's just male Hollywood doing the same old thing. I'm not saying I didn't like the movie, but to me it's a step backwards. Wonder Woman is a step backwards for female roles in movies.
Because if you read on, he actually mentions Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor was not a beauty icon. She was strong, she was troubled, she was a terrible mother, and she earned the respect of the audience through pure grit.
So there you go. You need to be a terrible mother to be a good icon, apparently.
Yeah.
That's not a step backwards. That's a step forward.
I don't like James Cameron at the best of times. His best movies are pretty good. I didn't like Titanic. I hated Avatar. I really like Terminator 2.
Yeah.
I really like the Alien movies.
Yeah.
I don't mind some of his movies, but...
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but shut up.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman is the best thing that's happened to women in movies since probably Ellen Ripley or Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up.
But, yeah, just leave it alone for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
But Patty Jenkins came out and made her statement.
With the smackdown.
Yeah. She's done it politically correct and politely, but essentially...
very professional.
Very professional. You read her whole statement and it can be summed up with, shut up and sit down.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the whole overall...
The filmmakers are working, James. You sit down.
It's just kind of like, really? It's like, how much money did I make? Like, you want to keep this argument going?
Yeah. But, yes, Wonder Woman, she looks freaking hot in this movie. But... we don't notice that because she's busy ending World War One.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, no, but it's a step back. It's a step backwards for women. You know, like women can't end wars. They should be busy neglecting their children. So.
Yeah, right.
In the eyes of James Cameron.
I'm lost for words.
Anywho. Alright,
that's it.
That's us.
I'm done.
That's us. There's a lot of fury in the movie world.
James Cameron's ruined me for at least another week.
Another week. So I'm going to look down on the next movie he does. As will a lot of the other public now that his statement's come out. Anywho, that's us for this week. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, as always, check out our other videos. And we'll see you on the next one.
See you later.